Hello, guys and gals. We're back to development of my personal project. And today I'm excited to show you some new things I've implemented over the last few weeks. This time, it's a continuation of the combat mechanics development, particularly the consumable items and the traps. First, let's take a look at what traps are and how they work. Traps are passive combat contraptions that can be placed in game rooms, sometimes deliberately on paths that players most likely can take in order to progress. They can interact with player, allies, enemies, and summons. Their range of effects is wide, from simple target damaging to restoration, curing, applying status ailments and buffs, and even other traps detection. A trap can be hidden until any target steps on it, or it can be revealed from the get-go when player enters the room, which adds a great deal of flavor to designing rooms that contain traps. A trap cannot be attacked by any one player or enemies. It can, however, be disarmed through special spells, consumables, or even other special traps. Once disarmed, it will get removed from the room until player revisits this room. Just like in Vagrant Story, traps will be used as a major platforming challenge elements. Offensive traps will likely block players' path in some places, while restorative traps, called fountains, will actually be placed slightly away from the game progression path, and will have to be found to make use of them. Unlike Vagrant Story, however, all traps now have very distinct markers once revealed, which can help discern traps by what they do. This, in turn, can be used to players' advantage and strategy. The first two offensive traps I've implemented are Fireball and Whirlwind. As you can see, the Fireball one is currently revealed, while the Whirlwind one is hidden. Fireball is a fire elemental magical attack that works much like the analogous player's spell I've shown in previous video, launching Fireball into any target it overlaps with. Whirlwind is a wind-based physical attack, which resembles the intro of player's Dragon Dive weapon art. But the wind gust itself is what damages the targets. It can also damage several targets at once, as long as they are within the area of the action. Both can be blocked with players' defensive abilities, but cannot be parried. The third trap I've added is a basic healing fountain. It is a non-elemental aura effect that restores HP. Funny fact, in Vagrant Story, restoration effects, including fountains, can be blocked by player. In our case, I made sure to disable the defense system for non-offensive effects, as it just makes most sense. Anyway, stepping inside will restore a set amount of players' HP. Alternate fountains for restoring MP and EP will also be added in the future. Now, the fourth trap added to the game is a special one. It's a trap that disarms all other traps, regardless of their current visibility status. An analogous trap also existed in Vagrant Story. In our case, consistent with the theme of every action being faster and snappier. Its activation process and trap disarmings are fast, but I still want to make sure the player clearly sees what the trap positions are. So the process goes from trap to trap, ending with this trap itself being destroyed, having fulfilled its purpose. Naturally, when player re-enters room, all traps will be respawned, including the one that can disarm others. But this one is going to be pretty rare, as more of a reward for players' exploration curiosity in particularly challenging puzzles. To help player manage the traps, I've added two new special spells. First one is Reveal Traps, which works very much like Eureka's spell in Vagrant Story. It is cast on oneself, and if successful, will reveal all hidden traps in the room, and only the hidden ones, skipping the revealed traps entirely. On the other hand, if there aren't any hidden traps in the room, the cast will result in no effect, meaning the player can always cast it in any room, but will never see the targets beforehand, ensuring that the challenge of traps stays consistent and is not trivialized by magic. The second spell is Trap Disarming, a player-induced manual trap removal, one at a time. Good for cases when either there's no disarming trap in the current room, or if player doesn't know where it is. Unlike the first spell, this one actually uses direct targeting system and can target concealed traps. This, however, does not trivialize the trap management process, as this is an optional spell that will be rewarded to player later in the game, and it also has a limited detection radius. This is it for traps. Now we can move on to consumables. For now, I've implemented 4 different consumables, 3 restorative and 1 offensive. Consumables can be bound to special player inputs, aside from attack button, for quick usage, bypassing all menuing for items that are used most frequently. They can be used in or out of combat mode, as there's no inventory menu yet. The bindings are currently hacked in. None of the consumables use resources like MP or EP, but they are obviously limited in usage by their total count in character's inventory. The first 3 consumables are used to restore a player's correspondent resource, HP, MP, and EP. All 3 work exactly the same, though the items and action effects look a bit different. So for now, I'll only demonstrate the HP restoration item. Generally speaking, they all work exactly like consumables work in Vagrant Story. Now, unlike Vagrant Story, I've also implemented throwing consumables. They can be used to restore someone else's resources, but there also are items that can be used for damage, like firebombs in Dark Souls. And such damaging item is the 4th consumable I've implemented for this video. It can be bound to shortcut, just like restorative items, and used without menuing. Once thrown, it will fly to the target and will explode on impact, damaging the target. And now, a surprise new feature I'm really excited to showcase. Anyone who played Vagrant Story knows how frustrating it can be to use several consumables in a row, having to menu your way around for each use. To circumvent this, I've implemented item combos. When item is being used by player, a familiar combo marker will appear, just like during attack combos. However, upon pressing any combo button, player character will instead use the same consumable again, so long as at least one item is still present in player's inventory at the moment of input. Some things that involve additional consumables functionality but aren't implemented yet are the throwable item parries and enemies using consumables, but it's already being worked on. As for now, this is all for today's video. Hope you enjoy what you saw, and your attention in the form of likes and comments will be greatly appreciated. Also, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and see you next video.